Well, I came along a little bit over the week. Unfortunately, that's about all I got done. It was kind of a rough week for health around here, so I was coughing a little bit too much to get all the lessons done I wanted to do. Anyhow, but it is Friday. I'm almost able to talk now again. What do we got? It's Friday, May 13th. It's Friday the 13th. Hopefully that's no big deal for anybody. That's how it should go. That's a song I hadn't thought about for a long time. Oh, let me give you more hints about that first one. Nah, just think TV. That's this week's mystery song. What has been going on this week? We had a cool lesson from Vanessa and CC Ness and our great friends over in Europe on the 10cc song. Love watching those guys get together and just put. Aside from how much fun it is, it's really cool to watch. So thanks for that. What was the only other lesson I got to this week? Oh yeah. Oh, it's a G sharp on that A minor chord. How are we gonna do that? We gotta try an octave higher. Let me see if we can do this. That'll work. Anyway, always fun to mess with Beatles tunes, as you know, I'm sure. What else did I want to talk about today? Two things. Maybe three or four things. Something really cool. I can't believe I sat through that whole Martin Dreadnought thing. That was fascinating. So thanks to whoever put that up, because that was just, it was too cool. And really caught me by surprise, the fact that they really created it in 1916, because I think, popular notion is it didn't really show up till 1934, I think, or so, when they started making them. And maybe it was the OM in 29, and then the Dreadnought came out as bigger. But they had, leased it to licensed it to the Ditson Company. So that was something I was really surprised when I first read that it's the 100th anniversary of the Dreadnought, and I'm thinking, no, everybody knows the Martin Dreadnought was 29 or 34 or something like that. But, so... always good to get a little bit more trivial information. What else? I forgot to respond a few weeks ago to a post where, I think it was further down in the post, but Jay had brought up that it'd be nice for me to put together an album that included stuff like... Well, I should... Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to get that carried away. That is, of course, Manhattan Carnival from Black Orpheus. And I guess my point here was I did an album that had all of those, a bunch of tunes on there. We had this. Wait a minute. Got my fingers back sharpened up again. So it had Chattanooga Choo Choo and... must be a C. Anyhow, it had a bunch of old American standards on it, including a couple of my originals, Yesterday's News, which happened to be the name of the album. And so we do have, you know, a lot of people have come along probably since the last time we even mentioned the audio store. So the audio store has my 6 albums, a couple by Hector Garcia, what else? And then tablature to my Beatles album, which we kind of have to revamp that. So don't necessarily pick up any of the tablature yet. I got to work on a better plan for making that available at a more reasonable price. But check out the audio store, because one of my albums was a Beatles collection. One was Christmas tunes, and then there was stuff. There was On the Horizon. And what else? Oh, then there were 2 other follow-up. So On the Horizon, Cobble Creek, and El Dorado were all original pieces. So many lessons that we put up are from those. Okay, anyway, I want to bring that back up in case people have forgotten about it, because we're always in the process of kind of revamping the site and making things easier to find, but we have a long way to go till we make it easy to find the audio store and downloadable versions of the albums. So, let's see, I had one other thing kind of along those lines. Oh, good, that was it. I think I'm almost done, because I'm almost out of gas here too. But and that is really interesting news for IGC. So anybody that's still thinking about coming, we have room for a couple more. We have a perfect number of people too, by the way. But we do have room for a couple more. And so if you're on the fence, maybe this will be the tipping point. I just spent a little bit of time yesterday with Jack Van Breen, who hopefully some of you guys remember Jack from the cool shots that Larry did in the vintage room at Guitar Showcase. Most of those went up as vintage snapshots. Some of them went up as gear, music, whatever that were reviews or something like that. But anyway, so he was always showing off all kinds of cool stuff that they had in the store. Well, I walked in there, and I know a lot of our IGCers made a little pilgrimage to Guitar Showcase last year when they were here. But I walked in there yesterday to talk to them about a couple of things, and one of them was if they'd be interested in doing something. This is what Bart's suggestion is, doing a little Taylor expo, I guess, at camp. And he said, "Oh man, we're on it. Tell me what day, what time, and we'll come up for a couple hours, and we'll bring one of every model of guitar. I mean, and the first number in the guitars is the wood it's made out of. So like the 1 series, the 2 series, the 3 series, all the way up to the 9 are different woods, and then one of every one of all the different woods in the same size. Anyway." But it sounds like he's going to bring a couple dozen guitars, and he said, "You know what? I got to call the Taylor rep right now and see if he's on it." And so he sent me an email that I just got this morning that said he's all over it. He's rented a van. He's planning on bringing up a bunch of custom stuff. And I'm thinking, wow, okay. So anyway, we will have a whole Find Your Fit thing. It's kind of a traveling road show that they do. Although I guess they have another thing called a road show, but this one is the Find Your Fit, where they'll be really explaining a lot of stuff about Taylor guitars. So, like I just said, if you're on the fence and are thinking about joining us, we have room for a couple more. Okay, I think that I was going to talk about Frampton a little bit, because I did see that little crest. Anyway, but who knows? We might see some Frampton tunes. We'll have to see how this weekend goes as far as getting back on track and getting some more new stuff out there. Let's see. What should I end with? trivia question. What famous song did that that thing that I just improvised follow? I think it went exactly the way it goes. I think it's even a song we have a lesson on right here. See if you can spot the similarity or the connection. Maybe we'll come up with a new category. Okay, I think that is it. Wait a minute. Need new strings. I haven't played mess around with that one for many years, but I'm sure a few of you recognize it. Okay, boy, I mentioned something I haven't played in years. And here another one pops out. That'd make a good lesson too. I might have to get to that someday. Okay, on to the second half of May. I will see you next week with hopefully some more new lessons.